Hello! How is everyone? Welcome to the next part of Shelby's installment of Cupid Parasite, where we are going to be continuing and something about a wedding. I think I remember from the last one is where we left off. So without further ado, let's get into it. The next morning. I woke up and headed to the living room, but Mr. Snell wasn't there. Huh? There was a note on the table. I took a look at it and it said, "Sorry, but I'm heading out early today." Haha, Mr. Snell was so proper, leaving a note and all. He could have just texted me. I was happy to get a handwritten note, though. In that case, I'll just have a nice simple breakfast today. I got some cereal and milk and headed to the table. I turned on the TV for the first time in a while. I didn't know if I should turn it on when I was with Mr. Snell, so I hadn't been watching recently.
And so Julie Wedding is planning a marriage hunting event as a new service using cooking.
Roman Julie Wedding? I never heard of a company by that name, so I focused on the screen. What I saw almost made me drop my cereal. What's going on here? I put down the bowl and jumped up in front of the TV. Oh, did they steal her idea?
Here is Main Street and 2nd Avenue, where the
No!
newly opened dating agency, Romy Julie Wedding, is located. Romy Julie Wedding is becoming a hot topic, starting with its first year free membership, and more for new members, along with other new services. For more about their new services...
No, y'all! No matter how many times I read them, I don't understand the words on the screen, or more like, I don't want to understand. Because right there, in bold street letters, it said, 5-star challenge, cooking with fire. Oh, someone's a rat! I bet you... No. I went to the office, and the company was in an uproar about the news. What are we going to do about this? It's the exact same name as the plan we were going to do. I finally learned the catchphrases to use for our members and everything. Are we going to cancel it, or are we so force it through? I'm about that. What should I do? I've been thinking about it all morning. I can't announce it as is anymore. Everything about it is the exact same. They'll just say that we stole their idea. But the flyers are done, and we finalized the menu too, and I already arranged for the ingredients in the kitchen. What should I do? All the effort I put into preparing everything seems totally wasted. I needed to think, but I was so in shock, so I couldn't get my thoughts together. So they're going to start the service first. Could this be... Oh, I get it. You stole that idea from Roman Julie Wedding, so that's why it was so well made. Huh? I would never do that. I turned to argue, and I saw the look of contempt from the planning department woman from before. I thought it was weird. You're not even from the planning department, but somehow your project passed. True, it was a really good plan, but I've never heard you talking about wanting to put together any kind of proposal. Someone who never wanted to make a plan could never come up with something that good. You must have stolen the idea. Everyone nearby started to look at me with suspicion. Did she really steal it? Maybe she's been cheating her way to the top all along. She's cute enough. She could definitely have been flirting with the boss all this time. I could hear them thinking all of those things. I could feel a cold hand gripping my heart. I felt like I was suffocating. I started to feel dizzy, and the sound around me started to fade. I've never cheated or stolen anything. I didn't succeed by sucking up to my boss. I just wanted my members to be happy. Oh, this is really sad, though. I came up with it all myself. You stole the idea to win the competition. You're the worst. I'm sure you cheated your way to get to the top advisor spot, too. No, Then why did Roman Julie Wedding start the service first? It's because they thought of it before you. You must have stolen it. You stole their idea. She's not the kind to cheat like that. As her colleague, you should know that. Shelby! Appropriate timing. Huh? I looked toward the familiar voice. Mr. Snell was by my side after hearing all the commotion. Sir! Seeing the way she works, you know she doesn't cut corners. You work with her, so you should know better than anyone. Mr. Snell? He defended me, and he also recognized my work. My eyes felt hot. I wanted to cry, but I made two tight fists and held back those tears. Now was not the time for that. Okay, but even ignoring that, what are we going to do about our plan? It totally overlaps with Rome and Julie wedding. Let's see, we'll make use of whatever we can and announce it as a new plan. I saw the trial event yesterday, and it was well done. It's unfortunate we can't announce it as is, but there are ways around it. How much prep has been done? Oh, the ingredients have been ordered, the homepage is done, and we just submitted the final flyer design. The flyer was submitted last night, so they could still be checking the data. They might be able to stop the print if I call them. I see. Then call them and ask them to stop right away. Okay. I nodded and quickly went to call the printer. This is sus. This is really sus. Like, all of a sudden we get a company that rivals ours, and they're just like, yeah, so like, we're gonna do a cooking event also, where couples can come together to cook and do stuff, mainly cooking and overcoming things together. But, yeah. New company, out of nowhere, has the same idea that we have. I smell something fishy. I explained the situation, and fortunately they hadn't started printing yet, so they were able to pause the process. We were able to stop the print. That's good. Now focus on rebuilding the project plan. And at this point, I expect everyone here to help her. Yeah! Okay, look. I know I'm not like this huge, super big Shelby fan, but he's starting to grow on me, okay? He's really starting to grow on me. This is meant to celebrate our 15th year of service. Everyone here has pitched in to make it happen, and I expect that to continue. Mr. Snell looked into each employee's face one by one. Everyone tensed up at his gaze. Mr. Snell is amazing. He was able to change the atmosphere here instantly. No one looks dissatisfied. Now is not the time to worry about what's past. Everyone knows we have to join together and move forward. Work together as a team! You there, I want you to research Rome and Julie wedding. Huh? But I'm with the planning department. There are some suspicions of other clients whose plans have been copied. Your plan for matchmaking tour backpackers was also rumored to be announced by them. Huh, President, you know about the plans I built? Of course. I looked through all the plans drafted by my employees. In any case, I want you to research Rome and Julie wedding. This is a job only you can do. I understand. There has been increased misinformation campaigns directed at our company recently. I'm also asking for that to be looked into. Our company mission doesn't change no matter what our competitors do. We must guide our members to happiness. There can be many hardships like this, but this is when we must join together. I'm counting on all of you. Shelby! Just let me swoon for a second over this man, okay? Like, he's doing a great job. Like, he is a good boss. He's this man right here, this man behind me, good boss. Yep, good boss material. He cares about his employees and he cares about his members. He wants what's best for them. Good boss. Passing points. Bug approval. Definitely bug approval. There can be many oh yes, already read that. Yes. After hearing Mr. Snell's words, everyone gets back to work, even the colleague that was glaring at me earlier. Mr. Snell is amazing. He looks at every single one of us and is good at raising motivation. Mr. Snell is a workaholic and the prestige parasite, but there are things only he can do. Even as a prestige parasite, he really cares about the work as president. He cherishes his company. That's why I can't deny him of that title. I'll be returning now. I'll be counting on everyone to do what is necessary. Also, I need to talk to you. Come with me. Yes. He said that in a serious tone, so that made me stand up straight. I was wondering if he was going to get mad at me as I followed him. I don't think he's mad at you. I think he wants to check on you. At least I hope that's what he wants. So, about the new product. Right. Don't look at me like you're about to cry. I'll think with you on revamping the plan. Don't worry. You should give her a head pet. That's what she needs. She needs head pets. President. He called me with such a stern voice, but he shows me a gentle gaze like he does at home. For the first time, I realized he couldn't show any kindness in front of everyone. My eyes watered out of gratitude. Hey! Sorry, I shouldn't be crying yet. I have to keep it at it. The moment we're alone, I felt so relieved that I couldn't hold the tears back anymore. I really was scared earlier. Everyone suspected me of copying that idea, and I thought I would lose their trust. I wouldn't be able to stay at Cupid Corp. I was dumbfounded because they doubted my efforts until today. I didn't work hard just for some recognition, but I didn't think they would doubt my achievements as cheating. But Mr. Snow came to my aid. He didn't doubt me and even defended me. I felt so relieved then. I'll do my best to revamp the plan. Thank you so much for defending me earlier. I bow and turn around to return to my duties, but he grabbed my arm from behind. No need to rush back. I said I need to have a word with you. He pulled my arm and held my head in his chest. Don't show those people that you're crying. If you want to cry, do it here. Look, he's comforting us. It's really actually awesome. This is so sweet. So sweet. But that's definitely not in his chest, that's on his chest. Anyways, like, look at this cute scene. It's so adorable. Moving on. But there's no time to cry. It's better to let it out and cry after what happened. I didn't think that they'd say those things to you. I'm honestly quite shocked. Yeah, me too. Just stay here for a while. I'm sure it's hard to go back right away after what they said. But I couldn't continue from there. Tears started to flow, and I gripped tightly at the hem of his suit. Oh, President, thank you for coming to me. Oh, poor baby needs a hug. Good thing she has Shelby there to hug her. Nope. Yeah, I'm glad that I happened to be there. Mr. Snow hesitantly patted me on the head. The gentle way he did that caused more tears to flow. You're a hard worker, I'm thankful for that, but I'm sure that causes some co-workers to be jealous. The nail that sticks out gets hammered first, they say, but it's not your fault, it's just a foolish tendency of human beings. I am lucky to have an employee like you in this company. You just continue to be who you are. I don't want you to change. Always stay that way for me. I couldn't hold back any longer. Mr. Snow's warmth caused me to cry out loud. I tried so hard, but no one acknowledged me. Even now, I wanted to continue matchmaking because I am Cupid. My instincts and myself as a human being were in internal conflict with one another. I had the desire to continue trying hard, but I found out that putting in effort doesn't mean it will be rewarded. No matter how much I care about the customers, not everyone will trust me. That's what pains me the most. But Mr. Snow affirmed my existence. He told me not to change. Why is he always able to tell me what I want to hear most? Just cry. I'll be on your side. I'll be on your side. President, I have to hurry up and stop crying. Otherwise, I can't move forward. Mr. Snow has work to do, and I'm getting in his way. I really don't think he minds in this case. But right now, I made an excuse and clung on to him. He's the kind of person that answers emails while eating, but right now, he's by my side. Shelby, why are you so kind to me? Because we're cooperating? Because we're accomplices? Because I'm your employee? Or, my heart is overflowing with emotion as I continue to cry. Throughout that, he continues to pat me on the head. Aw, head pats for the win! A few minutes later, I had used up a ton of tissues. I'm sorry for making a scene. Thanks you so much.
Yeah.
It's alright. The one and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, me oh man. Mr. Snow smiles and returns to his work desk. He then opened his computer. Now, let's review the Excuse me. Now let's review the original project plan and rethink a new one. Thank you. But are you sure? How are you doing on time? This is also part of work. We've suffered negative effects from Rome and Julie wedding previously as well. We now have proof. After investigating, the article stating that me being a devoted husband is a lie came from them. Huh? Really? Yes, unfortunately it came from a competitor in the same industry. They might be trying to pull us out of business. I still don't know the details on the one snooping around my home, but it's highly likely that they are the same. It's unfortunate that they copied this project, but they probably had this planned out. There could be an industrial spy. Huh? But what if Owen's the spy? What if it's not Peter and it's Owen? I thought of Owen's mumbling, and my heart jumped, but Peter is a good person. I don't want to doubt him. But if he was, he can freely enter and leave Mr. Snow's office. He can steal anything if he wanted to. So can Owen. In any case, this incident is not your fault. I'm responsible for not stopping them in time. So let's think of a solution together. Understood? Yes. Thank you very much. That's right. My role isn't to find the culprit. It's more important to remake this project. You said you already ordered the ingredients. Is it the same as cooking we ate the other day? Yes, so we can't change the cooking part. I see, but as long as the ingredients are the same, you can still make a different dish. What can be made using the same? Let me check the memos I wrote when I built the project. I take out my phone from my pocket looking for ideas that I had previously thought of. Cat, dog, bird, reading, movie, desserts, cooking. There was a list of popular hashtags from Instagram. I wonder if I can combine them. Cooking and animals. No, it's unsanitary, and they could eat it. That's the worst combination. Cooking and desserts? This is weak. It's just dessert making. There's also cooking and reading? Oh, how about recreating dishes from stories? I mumbled that and noticed Mr. Snow looking up. Oh, that sounds romantic. Really? Yes, let's look for dishes that can be used with the individual ingredients. Mr. Snow searches on his computer for books on cooking. There are lots of articles about famous fairy tales or picture books that recreated food from it. Wow, that looks delicious. Kitchen, sponge cake, stew. There are pictures, book illustrations that made me feel excited. This is nice. If they see the pictures of the bear with the dish, they might feel nostalgic and possibly join the campaign. This might be a good idea. Our company's plans have been lacking in service for our more introverted customers. The 5-star difficulty part was good in that regard. If you're mixing in the reading hobby, the basic concept is still the same. The producer of this picture book is also someone we have connections with. It's the same publisher as the marriage magazine. If we can use the picture as is, it will be good. Can you cover all the ingredients by recreating the dishes in the book? There's shrimp, bay leaves, apples. Yes, I think it will work. There are some ingredients that are off, but we can use that as part of the side menu for what's not in the book. For now, we can proceed in this direction. The design will have to be redone though. As for that, I'll go and send another request to the designer. I see, there's not much time left. I'll talk to the PR team to have them quickly send approval. After saying that, Mr. Snell picks up the phone for the internal line to contact PR. That should do it. Let's just pray that the approval will go well. Some other plans should be drafted in case this doesn't work. Yes! We can do it! Teamwork is dreamwork! From then on, I drafted more points of discussion. Plans from cooking that will look good on Instagram, plans of eating these dishes while watching a movie. I called the culinary researcher and explained the situation and the change in plans. An hour and a half later, I received a call from PR that we got the approval from the publisher. Yay! We did it! We'll proceed in this format for now. You can relay the information to the planning department and other places, I presume? Yes, of course. I was bawling just earlier, but I already feel much better. My eyes could still be a little swollen, but it should have resolved itself with time. You look much more dignified now. I wish you luck. Yes, thank you, President. Now, if you'll excuse me. I bow and was about to leave Mr. Smith's office. I then noticed a crumpled up wad of paper in the corner of the room. President, that area is really cluttered, but did something happen? Oh, those are for documents to be shredded. Usually Owen takes care of it before it gets full. But he's been busy with his private life as of late. He probably didn't have time for that. What about Peter? Owen said that he's not good enough, so he'll be resigning. What? Really? I thought he said he was really good the other day. I'll shred it for you in his place then. It's dangerous to have so much paper on the floor. Are you sure? Yes, it'll be quick. The papers to be shredded are overflowing, so there could be a chance that some important documents could be mixed in with it. It'd be better to put it through the shredder regularly to prevent accidents. That's what I learned when I first joined the company. I crouched down to pick up the documents. After crying and feeling better, I suddenly felt the urge to be playful and read through them. I'm curious what kind of documents this system looks at. There could be some useful hints to revamp the plan. That was the hope anyway. Normally, I shouldn't be doing this, but at the same time, there might be another chance to do so. Maybe there were some rejection plans in here? And we're going to save. I want to flip through the documents. Probably, not the best idea, but I want to see what happens. Curiosity got the better of me, so I unfolded a piece of paper. There was mysterious writing scribbled all over it. What is this writing? Hey, these are ancient mythology myths. Why would they be here? For use in ancient times by the gods. No one in Celestia used them anymore, and I can't read them either. What could it be? Now I'm really interested. Why would Mr. Smith's office have something like this? Is there a god nearby? No, I've heard in mythologies that in ancient times the gods communicated with humans using this. It's not odd for humans to use it. The problem is whether there's someone here that can actually use it. President, aside from Owen and Peter, has there been anyone else entering and leaving your office? Speaking of which, Will Acton came recently. He said he's playing the role of president, so he wanted to observe me. I see, so it's Rule. Rule is a mythology enthusiast. He could have jotted the ancient memo, but this memo could belong to Rule. It was outside of the trash can for the shredder. He could have just forgotten it here. After thinking about it, I decided to confirm with him before putting it through the shredder. That seems like a very Rule favored answer. We're gonna go back. But, this isn't mine. I contacted Rule via a message and had him come over. When I showed it to him, he shook his head. It's not? Yeah, I haven't deciphered it enough to write it myself. Oh, do you mind if I take a look? Rule started reading the glyphs with a very serious look. Treasure of the gods. Take back once more. I got it. This talks about the location of the treasure of the gods. What? This is starting to get interesting. I'm happy you showed this to me. Thank you. This could be an amazing discovery. The gods must have left this paper behind to bestow the treasure onto us. I don't think that's the case. But it was left at the president's office, and you weren't interested enough to take it. The gods have guided us together here. The ancient glyphs can be deciphered with some old books in the National Library. Let's go together in the next break. Sure, I don't mind. I guess it wouldn't be bad just research it. I'm bothered by whether there's a memo with the ancient glyphs at Mr. Smith's office. This could be a hidden problem that needs resolving. And this started the ancient mythology glyphs investigation with Rule. At first I only looked into it because I was interested, but the more I looked into mythologies with him, the more I got into it. By the time I realized that I was more focused on deciphering the glyphs. The art of the glyphs are a deep subject. They look similar but have different meanings. My heart is struck, thinking about their motives. This was my first hobby outside of matchmaking. I felt like it's a search for my own roots. The desire for knowledge is peak. Rule is a obsessed parasite. When I'm with him, I start to understand why humans grow these obsessions. I don't care about prestige or work anymore. The world has lots of fun stuff like this. Oh! So that's why you've been slacking off with work? It wasn't my intention to be slacking off. It's just that my priorities have changed. What happened to your building the project plan? Oh, I left that to a colleague in the planning department. I know that she will do it right. I've suddenly found this new obsession. Would you like to join in the exploration of the island of Cupid? What? Please look at this. According to these documents, this memo is also a holy sword found deep in a cave in the island. I have work to do. I would never let my work slip in quality by obsessing over some hobby. I care about my status. Oh, you're such a square. It'll be fun if you have a hobby or two. I have no need for it. You just go on your own if you want. The doorbell of my house rang. Rule was here to pick me up. Bug! Time to get treasure hunting! Sure, coming! I took the suitcase I prepared and wore my treasure hunting hat as I waved to the president. Well, I've already applied for paid time off, so I'm off. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting ending. She's gone. I thought she would share my passion for work. Humans can devolve so quickly if they find an obsession. I suppose I shouldn't be so obsessed about work then. Time to get back to work. A man has no value unless he can defend his status. I don't have a second to waste on things outside of work. Oh, that's so funny! And this is how my path split from the president. To be blunt, our ratio of work-life balance is too different. He wants prestige and work, and I want hobbies and my private life. Humans are creatures with individual senses of values. They may walk the same path at some point, but there will always be a fork in the road. But I have no regrets. I only live once. It's better that you just enjoy it. It's fine to work hard to show up, Dad, but now that I found a hobby to obsess over, I can't stop. I'm heading to Greece, deep into a cave in the island. I'm going there to obtain a holy sword. I will say, it's not bad to have things you like. I wouldn't recommend obsessing over things. To someone who used to obsess over things, it's really time-consuming, and it's probably not healthy if it's taking up all of your time. Well, that was an unexpected ending. Oh man, that was fun. Let's get back to the story. Throw it into the trailer. Wait, I shouldn't be looking at Mr. Snow's documents. I held back my curiosity and desire for mischief and just throw the documents into the shredder. I'll excuse myself now. Yeah, so what time are you working until today? I'm on the late shift today, so until 11 p.m. I see. I was thinking of returning home at 11 p.m. too. Let's meet at my car. We don't have to take the subway! Thank you! He knew that my commute is longer from the company now, so he says that he will drive me when he has time. But I'm sure he's doing it today out of kindness for me. I was so depressed earlier. His subtle acts of consideration make my heart feel warm. I bow again and look into Snow's office. Shelby's resolve. The day after that passed by quickly. I reworked the new product and switched all of the necessary data. We worked towards the announcement date, even so Mr. Snow and I still promise to eat together once a week no matter what. This is so that we won't forget that we are currently still living as a husband and wife. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is for very, very extraordinary. And I always forget E. And then the new plan, cooking, matchmaking, picture book, cuisine, has finished the recruiting period and the date for the event has arrived. Thank you for your applications. I am the top bridal advisor, Katie Pug. Cooking Matchmaking Picture Book Cuisine is based off the picture book food in the famous Cooking with Kalu and Three Snakes. We have received the support of the publisher, and the picture books are on display by the window. In the next room, we also have another picture book exhibit. I hope you will go and view it after cooking. Wow, this brings me back. I love that picture book, especially the part where the butterflies come out and turn the dress blue. Hey, I'm a butterfly, and I have blue on my wings. Really? I love that book too. Really nice. Not a lot of people read that book before, so I'm glad to find someone who did. The participants spoke excitedly about the picture books and seemed to hit it off. Thank goodness, we're off to a good start. I felt relieved as I looked around. I wanted to scan the crowd for non-participants. There's 3 people that aren't joined in the conversation. I have to support them when it's their turn to do the cooking. This is my mission as a bridal advisor. These people are here because they made the choice after all. Everyone, your attention please. The culinary expert is here. Reacting to my voice, the culinary researcher arrived. That marked the beginning of the Cooking Matchmaking Picture Book Cuisine event. Whew, it's finally over. I returned to the office at night and hunched over my desk. Fortunately, the Cooking Matchmaking Picture Book Cuisine event ended with great success. The event was limited to only current Cupid Seal members, but we might be able to start providing it to others as a special service. If they like it, it could increase the Cupid Club membership. That would allow me to matchmake even more people. Let's go make a match! I've had a few couples who have later said in the interview that they would like to start dating. I've told the managing advisors that the couples who were matched will have their statuses changed to dating. The couples will continue dating for a period of time. If they are compatible, it may lead to marriage. I was happy that I was a part of this process. Hey there! It was a lot of work, huh? A mug was placed in front of me. Clarice brought me some coffee. Clarice, I think I manage. I get up and drink the coffee Clarice got me. I breathe a sigh of relief. So how'd it go? I heard it was a success. Good for you. I really like Clarice's hair. Yeah, thanks, Clarice. Seeing my friend's face made me realize that I completed my job. That sense of accomplishment fills my heart. This was the first time I built and ran a new plan from start to finish. I really did it. It's too bad that the original plan was taken by Rome and Julie Wedding, though. I really wanted to do that one too. That was the one that I had while thinking that I sensed someone approaching us. Is it Shelby? You did better than I thought. Good job. Oh no, it's the female planning department staff member. Oh, it's a colleague from the planning department that always antagonizing. That's always antagonizing me, but Clarice stood between us. Are you trying to start something? Clarice glares at her with arms crossed. The colleague from the planning department made an awkward expression and glanced toward me. I need to apologize. I did say terrible things to her. I'm sorry. Huh? She apologized to me. My eyes opened wide in surprise, and she bowed to me. I'm sorry I shouted those insults at you. I understand from what happened this time that you really were a hard worker. I looked into Rome and Julie Wedding and found out some things. Our plan worked well only because we put in the effort as an advisor. Rome and Julie Wedding is doing the same plan as ours, but it's not going well at all. It's not a matter of whose plan is better. It's irritating me because I have a lot of pride in my work with planning, but I was being immature about it. I'll work hard at my job so that I won't lose to you. I'm sorry for what I did then. Apology accepted. She bowed to me one more time. I realized that I was still sitting down. I frantically stood up. It's alright. Thank you for always putting together some wonderful plans. A lot of the customers do love it, so it's always helpful. I hope to continue having the products from the planning department to help guide our customers to marriage. I held out my hand to shake hers, and then I heard a giant sigh next to me. You're such a softie. Then again, I like how you never hold a grudge. Now, you understand how she is. It's a lot more constructive to cooperate instead of being jealous. Seems like it. I'm starting to hate myself for what I am. Oh no! Please don't hate yourself! Now I understand I shouldn't think only about myself. I have to work together to protect the company. She smiles and shakes my hand. I hope we'll continue to work well together. Yes, let's join together. She finally acknowledged me. My heart was filled with warm and fuzzy feelings. Good! I'm not working just to be recognized, but when it does happen, I can get so happy. Well, I'll be going now. She said that with a hint of bashfulness before leaving. After seeing her off, Clarice smiled. Well, I need to get back to work. Good job on everything, Katie. Yeah, thanks for the coffee, Clarice. Clarice waves at me and then walks off like a model. After seeing both of them, I felt glad that I can finally get along with my colleague from the planning department. Until now, I was focused only on doing my own thing. I gotta go my own way. But having connections with others is also important. That is what I have learned as a human. This is something I never would have known as a god. Gods all think that they can do everything on their own. That was the epitome of that. Speaking of which, I wonder how Dad is doing. Despite how he completely rejected what I wanted to do, there's no sign of him finding me. But that's a little blurring. Auntie messaged me saying that Dad wasn't in Celestia recently. Ooh, I haven't seen Mars around Celestia lately. Do you know why that might be? I mean, she probably doesn't. I have a good suspicion. But if Dad was here, I would know immediately. He doesn't look human at all. If Dad finds me, he would forcibly drag me back to Celestia. As of now, there's no sign of that. Oh well. Anyway, I should just... Oh yeah, the new project is finally ended. I'm now enjoying the feeling of accomplishment that I achieved for the first time. A few of the members I managed said that they had found someone nice there too. If this goes well, I could guide them to marriage. From your first encounter to your final vows, this is the mission statement of Cupid Corp. Although, let's do this. Alright, let's do this. I chug the coffee and turn to my computer. I then hear familiar sounds. Chi! It's Chi! He finally came back! I've been missing him so much! We gotta give Chi some cuddles. We gotta give Chi some snuggle-uggles. Cause he's so cute. He's just so precious. Look at that being. Look at him. I love him so. I just can't get enough Chi. I need a Chi. Like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I need a Chi plushie. Oh, Chi, I haven't seen you in a while. It really has been a while since I last saw Chi. I thought he returned to Celestia while he lived with Mrs. Snow, but he was still in the human realm. Ha, I missed you, Chi. I pet Chi's fluffy body, and he fidgets around like he always does. Haha, I haven't done this in a while. Wait, what's that? There was something in Chi's mouth. It's a piece of paper, so I took it and opened it. I was shocked at what I saw. It was a piece of a manuscript of an article about Mr. Snow. Shelby's wife finally revealed that was the title on the article with a big photo, and the one shown there was me. Oh no. President, excuse me. I ran into Mr. Smith's office. Luckily, he didn't have any guests over as he was alone fixing his computer. What's gotten used to work with? I thought the new project went well. I found this article. What should we do about this? I handed over the half-written article that she brought to me. She being best boy. Upon seeing that, Mr. Smith's expression turned serious. Where did you find this? Well, about that. Chi! She tries to gesture what he wants to say. He's flying around the shredder, so he could have found it there. It was from the trash can from the shredder. In other words, there's a traitor within our company. No, this must be dealt with first. This is an article from a publisher which we have no connection with. They wrote other malicious articles. I've sent protests. They probably wouldn't listen. Mr. Snow looks at the article in front of him and thinks, He soon stands up and takes his jacket he had hung on the wall. I'm going out for a bit. Wait, where are you going? Huh? What are you going to do? I'll deal with this personally, but I promise you that it won't affect you. He had such a calm gaze over me. I really wonder what he's thinking about. I can't tell what emotion he's feeling from his eyes, but I know that he wants to be considerate towards me about it. This is why it makes me worried. Shelby? I'm sorry, but this is happening to you. I'll be going now. But I agreed to this! Kind of. I reach out to him, but I miss. He slips right by me as he leaves his office. I had no idea that Mr. Snow intends to do. Although I'm worried, I'm still within my work hours. I return to the office floor to resume my work. I hope Mr. Snell is alright. I'm still worried about him while I work. He's been gone for over an hour, but nothing seems to have happened yet. My shift is almost over. While I couldn't focus very much, I still summarized the concerns and plans for improvement. Mr. Snell said that he would deal with it, but I was more worried about Mr. Snell doing something reckless, rather than if the article was more public. He probably went to the magazine company. I hope he's not starting any trouble. I should have insisted on going with him. I'm not his secretary, so that wouldn't have been possible. I kept thinking about that as I worked. Suddenly, there was a murmur around the floor. What's going on with this? Something must have happened. I stood up and saw Claire running towards me with a serious expression. Kitty, this is terrible. The president is doing an emergency press conference. He said that his wife doesn't exist. What? I knew that's what he was gonna do. I freaking knew it. I grabbed Claire's phone. She was showing me to watch the news playing on the screen. It showed Mr. Snell in the middle of a press conference. Oh, no, Shelby, no! This isn't what we agreed to. And this is the reason why I couldn't make the facts public until now. I'm terribly sorry for deceiving many people as a result. Well, that's terrible. We trusted you. Doesn't it hurt your conscience for lying to us all? And I'm sorry for it. I will seriously consider your reprimands and will apologize for it. There are many members of my company that were assured by believing that I was a devoted husband. To them, I deeply apologize. So you were prioritizing the feeling of security of your members and refrained from publicizing it. Yes. You really believe you provided a sense of security through lies? Yes, I wanted everyone to be assured and focus on the matchmaking. This is why I refrained from publicizing it. But continuing this lie is lacking in sincerity. That is why I have decided on my own accord to make it public now. Okay, honestly, I respect this because he didn't want to keep lying. What is the reason for your decision to publicize it now? Because I had a staff member that tried her hardest in helping me through matchmaking in secret. That staff knew that my unmarried status must be kept secret as she provided support. Her consideration was like salvation for me. However, seeing the sincerity of that staff member, I figured that I cannot continue to live a lie. Considering the staff, I thought that this should not be publicized, but that would be betraying the members. I would have quickly denied these misunderstandings, but I was unable to due to the weakness of my heart. This is all my responsibility. I'm terribly sorry. I watched the president on the news bowing deeply. I was dumbfounded at the sight of him. What should I do? This is my fault. It's because they took the photo of me. He decided to do this to stop that article from publicizing. Clarice, what should I do? There's going to be a lot of people contacting us about this. It'll be all over the internet, too. That's what I thought, but everyone seemed strangely calm about it. Huh? Clarice points to the customer support section on the same floor. Everyone was calmly dealing with the calls. It's true that the calls are coming in non-stop, but everyone was dealing with it calmly. From the answers that I'm hearing, it seems that it was all prepared beforehand. Looks like they've already heard about it. The web team are also calm about it. I thought there would be lots of insults thrown online. It's true that the people around us are dealing with the matter on the phones and emails calmly. It seems that the only ones that weren't told about it were the people revolving around PR like us. If this is done with proper preparation before announcing, I guess it's fine. How did he prepare all of this in such a short time? I think he was preparing it beforehand in case something like this were to happen. Could it be that he had been preparing to announce it for a while? He was just holding back on the timing. I must have been the one last push that made him do it. What's going on here? I heard shouting that brought me to my senses. You're the secretary, so why couldn't you have prevented this? But I was not told about this at all. That's not possible. I did all the work to make this company famous by selling him as a devoted husband. You just ruined all my work until now. How are you going to take responsibility for this? Duff. It's Anthony Duff of an advertising agency. He took advantage of a live broadcast and advertised Mr. Snell as a devoted husband. He is Mr. Snell's upperclassman from college, and he is with the advertising agency the company uses. He was the one who told Mr. Snell to lie. There are things I don't agree with, but now is not the time to be fighting. Oh, Mr. Duff, excuse me, I'm sorry, but we really were not told of the current issue. We're surprised as you are for the press conference. We'll contact Mr. Snell as soon as he returns, so for today, please leave. I tried to tactfully tell him that. Duff glared at me with a look of irritation, but he realized that it was useless to keep talking to Owen. I understand, then I will come again tomorrow. I will have Snell explain himself. Oh, dude, calm down, take a chill pill. Eat a Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. Duff then glared at Owen and left. I'm sorry, thank you for that. It's alright, but you really weren't told about it? No, I was out at the time. Owen then frowned and put his head between his hands. Are you alright? Yes, I've been lacking in sleep recently, so I have these headaches. I bet you it's because he's the snitch. I'm going to get yelled at again. I have some business to tend to, so I'm going to excuse myself. Yelled at? I was about to ask by who, but Owen had this glossy look in his eyes as he walked away. His footsteps appeared unstable. Owen must really be shocked at the press conference. No, Owen's getting yelled at by your dad. Anyone would be shocked if they saw that all of a sudden. I felt like I was being crushed under the weight of my worries as I looked toward the section still dealing with customers. There is nothing I can do here, but I still racked my brain to think about what I can do. I'm home. In the end, there was nothing I could do. I quietly left before my shift was over, but there was no one at home. Mr. Snell was still not back yet. After the press conference, I'm sure he's dealing with stuff related to that. Shelby? I call out his name just to be sure and look around the house. Searching. But I'm not finding him. Oh, where's my lover gone? He's not here. Where could he have gone? I thought about the press conference in the evening. It made me worried. Let me try to call him. Right at the time, my phone rang, but it wasn't from Mr. Snell, it was from Owen. Hello, this is Bug. Oh, I'm sorry for calling you. Do you know where Mr. Snell went? Huh? Did something happen? I can't seem to contact him after that press conference. And then, Owen and I decided to split up and look for Mr. Snell around Lost York. You gonna find him? He's not here either. Maybe the cafe's recent? Not here either. Owen is looking through all the floors of the office. I'm going around town where Mr. Snell might be as I headed toward the office. Check the cafe you go to. I can't find Mr. Snell anywhere. I don't even know much about him. Where would he want to go alone? The more I thought, the more I realized I know nothing. We've lived together for so long. We were nothing but a fake couple after all, a fake marriage. We lived together, but we're still strangers. Even though the life there was fun, it was nothing more than a business relationship. But Mr. Snell, Shelby was by my side when I needed someone. When I couldn't cry by myself, he created a place where I could cry. I thought I shouldn't cry, but he told me I should. He affirmed for me what others had denied. That's why I wanted to go to his side. He could be suffering all alone right now. All by himself. I want to tell him that it's not his fault. It may be empty words, but I still want to be by his side. Shelby, please tell me, where could you be? I typically drink at bars. I don't drink at home. Oh, probably at a bar. One of those words he said in conversation. That's right, he said he drinks at a bar when he wants to relax alone. I researched the bottles of law history and started looking through them. we're gonna find him at a bar. I managed to find Shelby drinking alone at a certain bar. Ooh. I like this environment. Shelby. I contacted Owen telling him that I found him. I then ran to Mr. Snell at the counter. When I approached him, I could tell that he had been drinking for a while. He smelled of alcohol and was in a state I'd never seen before. I've been looking all over for you, Shelby. Are you alright? I sat next to him and ordered a drink as I peered into his face. He finally looked up after a while. Katie. He seems drunk as his gaze was slow, but for some reason he smiles. What brings you here? He shakes his glass and laughs in a troubled way as if it were nothing. He's putting on a facade. I could tell that, so I placed my hand over his. I did that to share my warmth with him. I'm the only one here. You don't have to force yourself to smile. His gaze wavered. Mr. Snell looked down at his glass with whiskey in it and laughed timidly. I'm sorry. He only said that as he takes another sip of the alcohol. The drink I ordered arrived then, so I took that in hand. I did previously offer to drink with you if you want to come into keep you company. That's right. We clinked our glasses lightly and started drinking together. We drank in silence for a little while before Mr. Smith started to mumble. Did you see the press conference? Yes, I saw it at the office with everyone. Right. Today was a long day. He needs a hug. He whispered that very, very softly. Mr. Snell then placed his hand on mine as if to ask for help. In times like this, anyone would desire human warmth. That's why I quietly held his hand back. I'm sorry for announcing that without talking to you about it, but time was of the essence then. I had to announce it before the photo went public. With that press conference, the article is now worthless. Their plot has been stopped, but in exchange, my press conference will be written about. I'm sorry, it's because I let them take a photo of me. No, that's just a trigger. I had prepared for this announcement for a while. I should be the one to apologize. You did all of that to help me. Mr. Snell sounds so weak, so much different from his usual self. Time to save. Right, it's a little unfortunate. We'll have to read. Oh, I'm totally doing this. We'll have to redo the contract. I say that jokingly. I wanted to give Mr. Snell a laugh, but... Right, I'll get on it right after returning. He responded weakly, making me regret my choice of words. He was not getting a joke. He's truly depressed right now because I found that out. I turned to Mr. Snell once more. Wrong answer. Ooh. Must have not. While we're waiting for this to load, hey, look. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell to stay up to date on all this bugalicious content that I make. Mr. Snell sounded so weak. It's so much different from his usual self. Right, I thought it was going well, so it's a little unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we didn't talk about it first. I wish we could have discussed it. I remembered to myself about how I wasn't really trusted, and Mr. Snell was even more depressed. His voice... Okay, hang on. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell to stay up to date on all this bugalicious content that I create. Mr. Snell sounds so weak. I'm much more different from his usual self. It's much more different from his usual self. No, I'll be alright. It may be strange for me to say this, but I had a lot of fun playing the role as your wife. Really? Yes, I replied with energy, and Mr. Snell smiled slightly at me. I hear the ice in his glass circling about. He takes another sip of whiskey and faces forward again, looking far out into the distance. I will go the distance. I'll be there someday. I see. I enjoyed it too. And if you're really enjoying this content, like that like button. Smash it like a bug. Just like I'm gonna smash his heart. No, I'm really not gonna smash his heart. And if I do, well, then I failed and got the bad ending. Don't want to squish his heart like a bug. It allowed me to learn what life is like with a wife. Thinking about and learning things together was fun. We would fight alongside one another to achieve a goal together. I never knew that it would feel so reassuring when you're not alone. Having you by my side allowed me to make my decision, to tell everything. I don't want to continue aiming for the top while living a lie. Relying on that would never allow me to be a man. That's why I don't regret my decision. I'll be fine. He says he's fine, but he doesn't sound it. He's putting on a front again because I knew that. I gripped Mr. Snell's hand tightly. Shelby, you told me the other day it's better to cry rather than hold it in. You told me I can cry because you're by my side. I was saved by those words. It's my turn to help you. While still sitting at the counter, I turned to Mr. Snell. I opened my arms to urge him to come to me. I'll lend you my shoulder or my arms. We've fought together all this time. Please don't put on a facade in front of me. It's okay to cry. Please show me more of your emotions. Katie. Oh, this is actually really sweet. Mr. Snell gaze wavered. Right. He closed his eyes and takes a few deep breaths. After a while, he looks toward me, while still filled with sadness. Then I may need your shoulder to lean on. Do you mind? Not at all. I nod and Mr. Snell puts his head on my shoulder. He looks so tired. I genuinely feel so bad for this man. He works so hard. And he just needs some love. The warmth on my shoulder made my heart jump, but I felt happier that he was relying on me. I pat him on the shoulder. He gave me a place where I could cry. This time I want to be the person he can rely on. Katie, was I wrong? I've lived my life defending my prestige, but I would never do that at the expense of others. But I'm afraid of being forsaken by people. I keep thinking that no one would be interested in me without my prestige. I've never heard him speak with such a weak tone before. He had never leaned on anyone before, but now he's doing that in front of me. You've earned his trust. The perceived parasite, Shelby Snell. He's a parasite on status, making me realize how big of a decision it was this time. Despite that, he still chose to announce it. This is probably to protect me. I wrap my arms around him to embrace his head. That's not true. Even without your prestige, at the very least, I still want to be of help to you, Shelby. I know that you're always sincere and earnest towards work. That makes me want to help you. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Yes, even if it's for the company. Had it not been for you, I wouldn't have accepted the offer. I knew that you wouldn't do something I hated, and that we can do this for the company. That made me willing to cooperate. You did this not just for prestige, but for the employees. I could believe that you care deeply for us. That's why I believe in you. Aww. Mr. Snell's throat seemed to quiver. The weight he placed on my shoulder became heavier. The President, you've misunderstood one thing. You may not have noticed, but there are many people who respect your whole being. During the incident with the stolen product, and yet everyone was moved by your words. That wouldn't be possible unless they trusted you. With the press conference, some were surprised, but no one complained. Everyone was working hard to protect the company. I feel the same way. You always did what was just. This is why all of the employees wanted to be of help to you. We're not after your prestige. Please believe in us. Thank you. It was a whisper that came from deep within. Even now, he is holding back tears because I knew that I caressed his hair. You won't cry for me? A man can't cry in front of a woman. That's hogwash. It is totally okay to cry in front of women then. I wouldn't mind. I mind. He's so stubborn. He's protected his status all alone, so he may have forgotten how to cry in front of people. I hope that he will cry in front of me someday. I continue to caress his hair while thinking that. Aww. I heard a message arrive on Mr. Snell's phone that was on the counter. I looked at his phone to see the first line of the message on the lock screen. I couldn't help but smile. I patted Mr. Snell on the back after that. Shelby, take a look. You have an email from everyone. Email? He sluggishly looked up at me. He held his phone in front of his face. If he's drunk, though, he might not be able to see it. On the lock screen, there was many words of encouragement. They were all from the company's presidents I've met before. See, everyone is worried about you. They're thanking you for being honest about it. He takes the phone and opens the messages. His inbox was filled with many other emails. Thank you for telling us. I'm sorry for cornering you like that. I hope we continue our business relationship. Messages of those kinds. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. That's so freaking sweet. Like, oh. It seems that he had sent the details of the press conference to the other presidents beforehand. It's just that Mr. Snell to be so dutiful about it. That's probably why everyone was willing to help him. That's thanks to your good character, President. He closed his lips tightly and tries to hold back tears again. Mr. Snell looks through his phone screen while drinking down the rest of his whiskey. Word sweet pea needs protecting. And with that, we are going to wrap up this episode. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Oh my goodness, honestly, I'm having way more fun with Shelby's route than I thought I would. It's not quite what I was expecting. I'm not having as much fun as with Ryuki's route. But that's okay. This is like kind of like an even pace, and I'm honestly here for it. So, as always, remember to eat some food, get some sleep, and drink some water because you are important. So is your health, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!